My friends, it is the 18th of April 2023 and I'm here in Bangkok in Thailand. Later tonight we're going to travel on Korean Air flight to Seoul in South Korea, and we will be traveling on one of the 777 in economy class. Thank you so much for joining in and coming along, and let's begin the trip report. Welcome to the bustling and vibrant city of Bangkok, with crazy traffic but also tranquil temples. After a long day of sightseeing, nothing feels more refreshing than cooling off at the hotel pool while enjoying the ever-changing skyline. Late in the evening, I made my way to the airport, and the quickest option is not by taxi obviously. With this amount of traffic, you better take the train, and not the one here, but the one above. Bangkok has two airports, one called Dongwon up north and Suvarnabhumi, also known as Bangkok International, east of the city. Both are connected by rail, with Suvarnabhumi Airport having the airport rail link, which we are going to take. British people might have a deja vu moment when seeing the train, because the airport rail link operates British Rail Class 360 Day Zero units built by Siemens in Germany. In just under 30 minutes, this train brings you to the airport without worrying about traffic. It might get crowded on the way there though, but it is cheap and time saving. After some climbing up the escalators, we are in the departure hall. The evening rush hour is in full swing, with many long-haul flights to the Middle East and Europe departing out of Bangkok. Our Korean air flight is heading eastwards and is filled with North American bound passengers. Thanks to my Flying Blue Platinum status, I can enjoy a Sky Priority check-in and get an invite for the business class lounge. Check-in was a breeze and I'm on my way to clear immigration and security. Today's flight will be KE 658 from Bangkok to Seoul, with a very daunting departure and arrival time, because this is a so-called red-eye flight, where you depart late in the evening and arrive at your destination early in the morning, preventing you from getting a full night's rest and waking up with red eyes, or even worse. But hey, before we set off into the night, let's explore the Air France KLM Sky Lounge at Suvarnabhumi Airport. If flying with a Sky team member, you will most certainly be assigned to go to this lounge. The vibe is pretty chill here, and there is, like everywhere else in Asia, a lot of food on offer. Would I offend anyone if I say that this lounge is better than the one in Amsterdam and Paris? I tend to find the food a bit underwhelming in Europe, especially the Air France lounge in Paris. But here I can fill up my belly to my heart's content. My choice for tonight, assorted carbs with a lone broccoli and chicken. For dessert, I went for the homemade coconut ice cream, which tasted everything but homemade. Despite that, it is still pretty good quality buffet food, and was more than satisfied here. Boarding commenced while I was eating my ice cream, and I made my way to gate E5. Most airlines use a 343 configuration in economy class on their Boeing 777s, but Korean Air is one of the few left still offering a generous 333 configuration, which means more elbow and shoulder space for everyone. My seat for the night will be 59J, the very back part of economy class. Waiting at your seat is an amenity kit, headphones, a blanket, and pillow with a scratchy cover. The amenity kit contains very flimsy slippers and a dental kit. The headrest can be moved up and sideways. And this is how far it reclines. Sorry for the mess here, this was recorded after landing. Back to the beginning of the flight, and here we have the IFE screen, which can be tilted. There is a coat hook on the left, and the table can be opened half or fully and slides towards you. When stowed, there's a little cup holder present. On the top right, there's a USB charge point. And here, behold, Korean Air's generous 34-inch of legroom space. Oh, and there's also a universal power outlet underneath the seat. This aircraft would be really fine for a long-haul flight, despite this being just a medium haul. Super M's safety video is still fire even after 4 years, with the mood set, let's head out for the runway. Flight time will be 4 hours and 50 minutes. While setting course for South Korea, let's have a brief look at the IFE screen. It isn't the newest anymore, so it doesn't respond very quickly. The size of the screen, however, is still up to date for 2023 standards. If the touchscreen doesn't work, there's also a remote control you could use. Because time is limited this night, the crew served dinner in record time after takeoff. You could choose between roasted chicken with potatoes or Korean bibimbap. Well, that's a no-brainer for sure. Of course I went for the signature dish of Korean Air. The tray is quite large and contains fresh fruit, cucumber salad, seaweed soup, a Coke as my choice of drink, wet towel, the bibimbap with ground beef and assorted vegetables, accompanied with hot sauce plus sesame oil, and a big bowl of steamed rice. Metal cutlery is provided, which I highly appreciate. Mix the bibimbap with the rice, sauce and oil before digging in. This was a real treat and a very elaborate meal. Airplane food can be exciting, and Korean Air proves it. After the meal service, coffee and tea was provided, and I went for a green tea. Lavatory visit is up next, and yes, the folded toilet paper is present once again. After that, cabin lights went out, and it was time for a power nap. I woke up after 2 hours of sleep, just as we started our descent. The crew came by frequently during the night with water, juice and snacks. There was no self-service bar set up in the galley, but you could always reach out to the cabin crew if you need something. Now let's recap this red-eye flight. Price was $726 and 30 cents as part of a return ticket from Japan, and despite having a totally broken night, the flight itself was very comfortable. Everything was just perfect, as if we were on a long-haul flight, but no, this was just a medium haul. I'm therefore fully content with how Korean Air continues to be a premium airline, and I don't mind spending more money to fly with them. And that was Korean Air from Bangkok to Seoul. Thank you so much for joining in and coming along today. Take care guys, and we will see each other in the next video.